Hello, everyone. You're watching Cricket Calling. I'm your host, Indraneet Basu. Of course, today we are into another game. It's Delhi versus Rajasthan in Jaipur SMS Stadium. And before we discuss that match, we want to go back in time to discuss what happened last night. Hardik Pandya. I mean, there's a saying, if you love this game, if you want to be in cricket, you have to keep playing matches. You just can't you can't be bigger than the game. Just come one fine day and start playing cricket matches at the highest level. The fact that Hardik wasn't playing regularly, was injured after the World Cup. We saw what we saw. And then he came back, took his time. He said he wanted to achieve full fitness. But whatever you do in the nets, drills, sharing your reels on social media, you got to play matches, real game time. They talk about game time. If you're not having that, um, I mean, I don't know how Dhoni manages without playing competitive cricket, but this is how it is. You play matches, you gain experience, and this sort of matches you need a lot of domestic cricket, and that's why BCCI made it compulsory that you have to play domestic cricket to give you that orientation which you require. And I don't want to sound too serious about what has happened last time. It's part of the game, I guess, but you have to be in the game. Joining us today, we have Abhijit Sarkar, former CEO of Pune Sahara Warriors. I would start with Abhijit. Abhijit, sir. Uh, I mean, what do we do with Hardik Pandya? Are we seeing Mumbai Indians going the CSK way, changing the captain midway through? Do you think that's possible? Because the owners are very, very disturbed. I mean, I remember uh, one of the owners, of course, not happy. I mean, they invest so much. They come physically, they appear there on these matches, and it's a tough time for them because I know no team will sort of lose three matches in a row, and a big team like Mumbai Indians won't expect that. Your thoughts?
Uh, Indranil, first of all, let me tell you that Hardik Pandya is not above cricket. Okay. So
Okay,
first
all
of
right.
all, we have to appreciate whatever happened yesterday, the way Klassen played, all the batters played. I'm coming to the wall of whatever the strategical mistake, why Bumrah is not bowling the first over. That is a different issue. But
Yeah,
the
yeah.
way the batters batted, absolutely savage batting by both the sides. Both
Carnage.
the
Carnage is
sides,
the word. Carnage.
both the sides bowling attack is weak. And one more
Yeah.
thing. I think you know or not that this year, as far as my information goes, all the pitches are being curated by the BCCI curators. It is not being
All right.
curated by local curators. So now you are seeing
Okay.
even Chennai's pitch is giving you 200 runs, and that what you saw yesterday that everybody has seen.
And even
So
Kolkata,
yeah,
Gautam
and
Gambhir being
Kolkata.
there.
So all the pitches now BCCI has taken it under their control. They have not announced it. They have not disclosed it. But this is a fact. This is being curated under the guidance of the BCCI curator. There is no local curator around. So that's good, but I don't know how far it is good for the bowlers. But within their limitations, and every IPL team has to perform. That depends upon the captain. Depends upon the strategy. That I think Cummins had the upper hand yesterday, and that he was able to sail through. But batting, both the sides really batted well. Klassen, he's the world's best T20 cricketer now, who can play both spin and pace with equal ease. That he has already shown, and he was a treat to watch yesterday. So the way,
Absolutely.
and one more thing I would like to add that yesterday some of my friends called me from there also. There is a last time Sunrisers only won one match out of the seven matches which they play in the home ground.
At
In
home,
a
yeah,
IPL,
yeah.
at home, in home ground, you have to win all the matches. That's very important. This time, what they have done, moment you enter the ground, they have made the whole stadium orange. It's very intimidating. So the whole stadium is have an orange feeling. That also motivates the team also. And
It's all there. You
secondly,
go to Rajasthan today, you'll find pink. You go to Chennai, you'll find
no.
yellow.
It's all every seat, every nook and corner is orange. That is not there in every
Okay.
stadium
You
like
go to
that.
Bombay, it's blue, it's sky blue. I don't know. But Mr. Niranjan
And
Datta,
secondly,
yeah.
yeah. Well, and
Now you
secondly,
continue.
they are.
Huh.
Oh, can I speak? Oh,
Yeah,
secondly, they
please.
work on this. They have worked on this strategy. The first 6 overs that like Travis said was a masterstroke yesterday. The first
Yeah.
6 overs they will go all out. The last match they scored 60. This match they scored 80. They are working on a strategy.
No, of course, that should be there. Playing T20 game, you can't let go those early overs. Early on, so much of field restriction. Only two are allowed outside the ring. Mr. Datta, I want to know from you, how happy or sad were you seeing the way it happened, Mumbai Indians? I mean, are you a Mumbai Indians fan, first of all, or which team and were you supporting last night?
That's very hard to say. It's whom am I supporting? First of all, it's an honor to be with Abhijit Da on the same platform, and Ashwin, old friend, and obviously Indranil. Lovely to see Abhijit Da, who has mentored all of us journalists, early journalists of 2000 at some time or the other. It's an honor, Abhijit Da. Lovely meeting you
Yes.
out on this
Thank
platform.
you. Same here,
Welcome,
same here.
welcome. Thank you, Dada. Means a lot, Dada. Indra, see, I enjoy the IPL. It's futile taking sides, if you ask me. Maybe a different school of thought, not a modern school of thought, not an old school of thought. Just sit back, relax, enjoy the match. Every match is so unpredictable. You see new heroes in each and every match. And it's not just, what do you say, related or concerned just with this season. That has been the history of Indian cricket and the IPL since its inceptions. So if you ask me, take sides, there may be a soft corner for some time or the other. There may be a interest as to how an individual comes out, bats, performs, carries himself on the field, but no sides at all. Just enjoy. And it was cricket's changing, which is the rightly pointed out, and the information coming out from him, the horse's mouth, that pitches are being curated. So obviously we can expect more runs to be scored. That's entertainment. That's entertainment. Not taking sides in the Runil. And it's very early days in the IPL. If I am allowed to say, it's very early days. A lot of cricket, lots of cricket to be played. So, but yeah, the matches have started. It's still early days.
Early days. Ashwin bhai, when you look at these matches, I mean, for instance, yesterday, I mean, you're playing with Mumbai Indians strategically, tactically, where they went wrong. Of course, people are saying they didn't use Bumrah in the first 10 overs. The carnage had already happened. Um and saving Bumrah for one particular a player, which is Henry Klaasen, who's a dangerous player. I've always said, been saying since last World Cup. But you have four pacers, and you're bowling, you're making you're a spinner bowl the 20th over. So just imagine what sort of planning. I mean, there was absolutely mindless thing which happened on the field for Mumbai Indians. I mean, how often do you see when the bowlers are getting hammered? Why the hell on earth will you put a spinner in the 20th over? I mean, no one has actually made that observation. I was seeing that. I was shocked. Even I won't bowl. It's so scary for a spinner to bowl in the 20th over.
Actually, but this is what pressure is all about, right? When there is
Yeah.
such a carnage, then you just have a brain freeze. I think I'm not saying they had a brain freeze, but end of the day, your calculations get thrown out of it. Now, if you have reserved Bumrah for a particular player, to my mind, any player playing the IPL should be good enough to bowl to anybody else. It's okay to assume there's a rivalry between two people, but if you're relying on only one bowler to bowl to that batsman, and you're allowing somebody else the leeway to perform and to get off the block earlier, then you're losing the battle halfway. Whether Klaasen gets runs or not, it's all about runs. It's not about who gets the runs. You have to stop runs. Now the other thing is, assuming you get wickets early on, then even a Klaasen will have pressure on him. So these are the calculation errors that probably they made. I don't know what was in their mind, but end of the day, it was a bowler's graveyard, but necessity is the mother of invention. Sooner than later, bowlers will learn to cope with this also. Only when they push to a corner will they come up with a solution. Like the slower one that the bowled to Unatkat bowled to Hardik, slower bouncer. So these things come up only because you're cornered. If a length ball is doing the job, then you will never think of doing something else.
You're actually like me, hopelessly, I mean, so, I mean, looking optimistic, hopelessly optimistic. I mean, do you see some sort of remedy coming along in the Mumbai bowling attack? Because Hardik won't let go the new ball. He loves moving away from the right hander. Vijit sir, your suggestion, should Hardik bowl the first over or is it Bumrah? We have seen all over the, whatever cricket we have followed. It's always the best bowlers who are pushed up front. When you have a war going on, you don't save the best soldiers for the last. You push them, go and finish the opposition, right?
Absolutely agreed. Whatever you are saying, Indranil. When you have a batter who has, because of whom you lost the World Cup finals, Travis Head there being there, and
Oh,
Mayank is also equally good opening batsman. At least you should go for an all-out attack, and you should take one or two initial wickets. Then by the time Abhishek Sharma has also settled down, then you bring in Bumrah. I don't know what sort of planning is this, and you have Rohit Sharma in the ground, the Indian captain. I don't know if you're taking brief from him or not, taking advice from him or not. Whenever you take a wicket, you are embracing him, running towards him, and embracing each other. That doesn't mean that you are showing to people that everything is okay. Of course, I think Mumbai is a professional team; everything must be okay, and Rohit Sharma is also a hardcore professional. But these sort of strategical mistakes, I am very surprised. And Bumrah himself, he can himself offer himself that I should lead the attack. I should start the bowling attack. And there is another. I think last year, I don't know he split or not, that Modwal or whatever there was, Madwal, so that bowler was
Manwal.
there. I know
Yeah.
Manwal. He did really well last year. I don't know why is he not in the
What a five-star,
playing
yes.
11. Yeah, why is he not in the playing 11 this year? And uh, Piyush Chawla is, I think, we hope he's a seasoned spinner. They badly need him to be back in form to take wickets at crucial junctures, which they were expecting,
No, but
like
don't you
Shahbaz
think?
did,
But don't you think? Don't you think?
yeah, like
No, no, I'm
Shahbaz
saying,
did.
don't you think
No, you are
Piyush
about to
Chawla
say
is
that.
too little too old, right?
No, no, spinner matches so why? What about Sunil Narayan then?
Ashwin.
Sunil Narayan is far more senior.
True.
We conclude that okay, our spinners. What about Ashwin then? The spinners matures with time. There's always saying
In
that the
fact,
more
I'm
matured they are not like hefty bowlers like Indranil Basu that anytime goes in the net and bowls. Although
Thank
the
you.
his
I wanted to hear exactly this thing from you. I
yeah,
wanted this thing from you. Thank you so much.
so but
Thank
he's
you
a
so much.
spinner.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
he's a spinner. So and last year also he took around more than 22 wickets, 24 wickets. So maybe he's
Yes.
coming back in touch. I heard also last time he told me we have been called to South Africa to practice with our South African team. Piyush Chawla especially went there to South Africa to practice with the team. Mumbai do lots of this bonding exercises and practicing in different venues. So they are a well-lit side as far as training is concerned. So maybe he will come back in touch. That is very very crucial because I think Shokin is there or not. There is another spinner there in there at bowling armory, and more or less I can say that it's their bowling is too much dependent on Bumrah, and that is the weak link.
Okay.
And
Okay. No,
go ahead.
because we are a little hard pressed for time. Nilanjan, Mr. Datta, I want to know from you. You remember that movie, Munna Bhai MBBS? In that villain, the villain was smiling throughout whenever he was under pressure. So when I saw Hardik Pandya yesterday, he was smiling. I mean, your bowlers are getting hammered, you're smiling. So uh, दुख को छुपाने के लिए कभी कभी हंसना भी पड़ता है. But your thoughts on that? I mean, why was he smiling? You have to unmute yourself. You have to unmute yourself. Mr. Datta, you have to unmute yourself. Yeah.
मैं यही बोल रहा हूँ. और दुख को छुपाने के लिए जो हंसता है, क्या उसी को बाजीगर कहते हैं? ये भी मेरा सवाल है. See,
Very good, well said.
See, he has been handed the captaincy. Obviously, the management took a call. How much the current Indian national team captain and the former captain of the franchise, Rohit Sharma, was taken into confidence, we can from a distance bit kind of talk and gauge. Okay, he was taken into confidence. If you look at Hardik's captaincy for Gujarat Titans, he was impressive. There's no denying that fact. But now he needs to come out and show his confidence, whether he's still trying to carry on the policy and the legacy of what Mumbai Indians, one of the most successful franchises of the IPL, has done, or does he want to bring his own vision? Not being a purely cricketing kind of a guy, I'm very much open to hear from you, Indranil, from Abhijit, and also Ashwin. These decisions of allowing Bumrah or kind of saving Bumrah for later stages when someone is already on the rampage, trying to kind of, do we say, protect him, or gambling, are this taken in the dressing room by the coaching management or the team management or by the captain himself on the field? These are kind of, would be a kind of an eye opener for me, someone who follows the game very closely. But this kind of information, what comes up from the dressing room, not sure about Hardik's captaincy. He has done well. There's no reason why he can't do well. He needs to gel everything together. There's speculation in the media, and amidst each and everyone who follow not just Indian cricket but world cricket, that is everything well between Rohit Sharma and Hardik Pandya? Are there two divisions in the team? I'm not hinting to say there are, because I'm not aware. But on the surface, what is visible to us is not good signs. I won't say there are divisions, but the team is not gelling as a unit. Having said that, it's early days only in the IPL so far, but it shouldn't be the case that Mumbai Indians, after 3 matches, are trying to chase people, are playing the chasing game, trying to catch on the other franchises who may be a bit ahead than them already. That's the worrying factor for me, if you ask me, from Hardik Pandya's side and from the Mumbai Indians perspective.
But all said and done, Hyderabad is looking rock solid. Abhishek Sharma, be it Abhishek Sharma, Klassen, I mean, or Markram, they're looking like a very strong batting unit. But coming back to today's match, is going to be, again, Rishabh Pant. The way he started, Ashwin Bhai, he started in a very spirited way, couldn't get that many runs in the first match he played against Punjab. But Rishabh Pant, I'm so excited. The match winner, I mean, someone who doesn't have great numbers, although in T20 cricket, but he is one guy who is really the destroyer. You talk about Klassen. I mean, I was hearing Tim May, I think it was Team May or something, from Australian captain. Team Payne, sorry, I beg your pardon. Yes. And he was saying that Rishabh Pant is the one who actually played baseball before England came out with that theory. But Ashwin Bhai, we have today Jurel, who's not made to keep because Sanju Samson is eyeing that World Cup spot. Rishabh has also come into the fray, of course, to be selected for the World Cup team. BCCI Secretary Jayasha made it clear that if Rishabh is doing the gloves duty, I mean, if he's keeping the glove duty, I mean, he is going to be there in the contention. So your thoughts on Rishabh Pant? How do you see Rishabh? Rishabh is really, I mean, you can't take him out of the, you have to literally take him out of the nets when he's batting. He's so sort of hooked to the game. He's hungry, his appetite is huge. Ashwin Bhai, your thoughts on Rishabh Pant, how he will guide against a strong side like playing at home, Rajasthan Royals?
Rishabh is a natural. So whatever setback he has suffered, he knows how to come out of it himself. He should just be allowed to, play his natural game. No pressure on him. That's the best way you can get 100% out of him. And there is no doubt about his ability. There is no doubt that he will be back. He's already playing. It's remarkable to have that kind of accident and to be playing competitive cricket within 14, 15 months is itself a huge achievement. But Rishabh, if he is allowed to be who he is, we'll definitely see. He is definitely the best keeper we have, if fit. He's the best bet for a T20 game, for a test match, for everything. I know Dhruv Jurel is here now. Dhruv Jurel is a fabulous cricketer in test cricket as well. But the thing is, Rishabh should be allowed to play his natural game and he will automatically destroy the opposition. There should be no pressure on him. That should be the goal of not just the Delhi capital side, but all of India, to allow him to be.
True. I mean, sir, we have seen very often. You have also been part of a franchisee, how a franchisee is being run and all that. So we often see that there are a lot of talks which happens. A lot of people. You've seen Indian team being mentored by Dhoni. Then you have Ravi Shastri. Then you have Virat Kohli as a outgoing captain. Then you have Rohit Sharma, the incoming captain, and it became a sort of a khichdi. It became such a mix and match. And I've seen in franchise for Delhi, you have Ricky Ponting. You think having such brains off the field sort of disallows a cricketer to function on his own with that sort of? You think it's a drawback for a captain? A captain who wants to be his own man, a Rishabh Pant kind of a character. Because Delhi has two owners also. Their main drawback is one owner comes, he does it for 2 years. Then the second owner comes, then he changes the entire thing what he has done in in the previous 2 years. So they actually are not able to get a strong grip on the franchise. Do you think it reflects on the field also, the way they are performing and the way they perform? And I don't know who are the owners. Yes. Mm, mm. Abhineet sir, we can't hear you. We can't hear you. Can you rejoin? There's a problem. We can't hear you. No, we can't hear you. We can't hear you. There's a problem there. The system can't. Yeah. So, if you can rejoin kindly. So, Mr. Datta, I want to know from you what exactly is Delhi Capital's unique selling point? Why do you think they are not able to create that magic for last 16 years? This is 17 they're running. They've played finals, they've played playoffs, and from the time Rishabh Pant has come, they've done well, reasonably well, but somehow that, that intent is missing. Intent to win, which we see in those teams like CSK and Mumbai. What exactly is the reason?
Well, obviously, being in Delhi, they were not able to get the right combination because a certain Indranil Basu has not been roped into the team, I guess.
That's a very good suggestion. But
Indranil
you
is
think
still
you have too
is
many. You
still
have
is
only
still
one
touching.
Bengal ka Dada.
Indranil is touching 120-25 at the nets. He claims on social media. I believe the team management, Saurav Ganguly and Ricky Ponting, need to be there, both of them, and kind of rope him. Hey, Indro, आओ भाई खेलो हम लोग के लिए. Maybe one of the major reasons. But yeah, you know what? Coming back to your question, jokes apart, Indranil, you mentioned CSK and Mumbai Indians, but there hasn't been a personality in Delhi Capitals or earlier on Delhi Daredevils who has kind of stuck to Delhi and been the guiding force steering the ship out of the rough waters ever. They have kind of changed and chopped, changed and chopped. So maybe that's one of the reason who provides the stabilizing factor wasn't there. This is just a personal opinion from my side as I see it. But yeah, two great individuals out there. They have been there for quite long. Mr. Ricky Ponting and the beloved Dada of Indian cricketer, Saurav Ganguly, who gives people the independence and the freedom to go out and express themselves. It's a do or die.
Yeah.
If not today, then when? High time, high time.
High time. Rajasthan Royals, Ashwin bhai. How do you see Rajasthan Royals shaping up with Yashasvi Jaiswal and I mean quite a few of them. I mean they're doing well, they've done well, and I'm only focusing on these two cricketers, Dhruv Jurel, Rajasthan Royals, and Sanju Samson. Of course, the trio. How do you see that team shaping in this year? Because they're a good team, because they're one of the top teams on paper.
Need someone like Butler to come good. Butler is having a very iffy. Even last year, he wasn't doing too well, but then he has been a destroyer of bowlers. So if Butler comes into
Yeah.
form, then Rajasthan will be the team to beat. Then you've got the spin. What the spin department is all sorted. So in fact, Chahal may be reaching out to 200 wickets this season. You never know. He's 188. He's the leading wicket taker in IPL so far. He'll be keen to achieve that landmark this year, because the older he gets, the tougher it's going to get. And then you've got Ashwin. You've got a whole bunch of people. I mean, it's a very, very good team. And they've got Sanju Samson, like you say, who's a very energetic young captain. You've got people like Dhruv Jurel who want to prove themselves. They are there in the scheme of things. They want to prove themselves. They're driven. It's a hungry team. It's not a team with like a ship without a rudder. It's a hungry team. So they are going to be dark horses to my mind. They will make the. I'm sticking my neck out and saying they'll make the playoffs.
Absolutely, they should. And they say in cricket, Abhijit, that if you want to eat more, you have to hunt more. You can't be eating more and hunting less. It can't work like that. But I mean, come to think of Rajasthan Royals, their template, having a mentor, a player, and a captain, Shane Warne. I witnessed it because I was stationed there. Times of India was launched in that year, incidentally. In Jaipur, edition came out, and I was there at the helm, and of course covering Rajasthan Royals very closely and seeing the way uh, Mr. Shane Warne worked with that team. And then we saw Rajasthan Royals had Rahul Dravid in the same capacity. Do you see Rohit Sharma, the way he was treated, coming and joining hands with Rajasthan for next year, becoming a mentor, coach, and a player? Do you think that's possible, Abhijit sir? It's
Look, there are lots of opportunities available for Rohit Sharma after this World Cup. So it's not only Rajasthan Royals, there are several other teams who are badly interested, eagerly interested that if
Why,
Rohit stays, yes, they
can
are
you name them?
great.
Can you name them? Can you name
No,
them?
no, I cannot. I cannot.
Why won't you? Why won't you?
I know, the
Are
same
you
way that
scared
you
of them?
cannot
I'm not scared of them. No,
that
you have to name
Nilanjan,
them.
Nilanjan knows why India lost against Afghanistan, but he will not disclose. So the same way in the football. The same way. One more thing I would like to say, very jokingly, I am not undermining that cricketer. Again, I am saying
Uh,
you have Dhruv Jurel who is in form. Why do you want to which everybody jokingly said Rajasthan Royal is also Rian Parag Royal. So always Rian Parag is being promoted and being backed. Okay, good. It's good to back him. But you are sending Rian Parag up the order instead of
in
Dhruv
relation.
Jorel. Yeah. Dhruv
Yeah.
Jorel. Why? You Jorel is in form. He is the batsman to be seen, and the way he plays, he should have been sent ahead of Rian Parag. What do you want to prove? That I have to I have to make him bad. I have to prove that there was a catch dropped of Rian Parag. That's why he stayed back and he hit few sixes. Okay, he is a very talented cricketer. The amount of opportunities he has been given is unprecedented by Rajasthan Royals. That is also good. I must appreciate Rajasthan is backing young cricketers. But why Dhruv Jurel? He was sent ahead of Dhruv Jurel. That really surprised me, at least. But of course, and you have to remember as you have already mentioned, the wicketkeeper slot is wide open. Sanju Samson is there, Dhruv Joel
Absolutely.
is there, KL Rahul is right after injury is just come and started keeping wicket. They have Nicholas Puran. He could have easily said asked Nicholas Puran to keep the wickets, but he came and started keeping wickets just to prove a point that yes, I am available as a wicketkeeper for the T20 side of India. So he's
True.
competing for that slot. So and second thing, I
True.
think that should also be decided if Ashwin rightly said about Butler. I know Butler is a very the captain of the England team is extraordinary cricketer, but the way Sanju Samson is playing and as he has to prove his point to be selected for the T20 World Cup Should he come instead of number 3? Should he come and open with Yashasvi Jaiswal? If Butler is not in form, he can come number 3 or number 4 in the middle order. That can be also an
Nice.
option for Rajasthan to consider, because Sanju Samson is in a sublime form. He should bat more and more all throughout the innings, and that will be good for Indian
True.
cricket and good for the Indian team for the T20 World Cup.
Mr. Datta, I want to ask you if whether it was Kumar Sangakkara, who's of course the mentor of the team with Rajasthan. You think, if I were to say that because of Kumar Sangakkara, Jurel is getting to at least be in the playing 11 despite not doing the keeping, because Sanju Samson is not going to let him keep. That is quite clear. So if I ask you, was it because he's batted brilliantly in that Test series, especially that 90 where he's in the 4th Test match where was man of the match. I think and Test cricket is something when you play red ball cricket, you just it's so easy peasy. White ball cricket becomes for you. So your thoughts? Do you think Sangakkara played a role that despite not keeping, he's still playing in the 11?
Yeah, maybe yes, because the teams obviously, which I asked, in fact, and would be wanting to hear from, especially Obijit, as to how teams are selected, who has the last say, the team management or the captain, especially where matches come at your face each and every day. I believe they are going out with a plan. Sanju Samson wants to be there. Also, Show, as very rightly pointed out by both Abhijit and Ashwin, for that slot, for that Indian Wicketkeeper World Cup slot. They also at times maybe go out to see how the opposition is. They go out with a strategy which they feel they have kind of studied the opposition. Sometimes it boomerangs, sometimes it just gives way and helps the team get better. But obviously Kumar Sangakkara definitely having a major role out there. His calmness has held the Rajasthan Royals without any doubt, and the consistency which they have achieved in the last couple of years. Sangakkara has played a major role. I will always be maintaining that.
Okay. Before we wrap up the show, Ashwin bhai, your team today. Who's going to have the edge over the other? Is it Delhi Capitals playing in SMS Stadium, or is it going to be the home team, Rajasthan Royals? Your thoughts?
To begin with, till now only home teams have won. But that aside,
Yes.
I still say Rajasthan has an upper hand over Delhi.
All right. And who's your players to watch out for, that X factor player from both the teams? Delhi, I would go with Rishabh Pant.
I don't know I feel Joss Butler will perform today. Since we talked
All
about
right.
it.
Abhijit sir, okay.
Today,
Your X factor.
Again?
Say that again, sorry.
No, you say Yashasvi Jaiswal, you were saying, Ashwin bhai. Yeah.
I said Yashasvi Jaiswal is in great form. I feel Joss Butler will perform today. And I have a feeling Ashwin is going to come to the forefront today with some kind of performance for Rajasthan.
All right. So you're backing Rajasthan to win. You're staying in Delhi. That's a risky thing to do, actually.
That's why
you can do it. All right. And Abhijit sir, your pick today, who's going to be the X factor?
Look, you know my weakness for Rishabh Pant. My happiest part is that he's physically fit. His movements are looking good, and so I am looking forward for a big innings from Rishabh Pant from Delhi side. And as usual, of course, being competitor of Rishabh Pant, I am a fan of Sanju Samson. Again, a good innings from Sanju Samson.
Okay. And Mr. Datta, before we wrap up the show, your X factor from both the teams, who would be those characters?
I agree with both, but since this is IPL, there's much glamour involved in this tournament. I go off into the galleries. Will a certain Miss Urvashi Rautela be there on the stands? Look forward to Indranil. You can be helping us more on that.
There can be somebody for Mr. Indranil Basu also. Pray for him.
No. I'm a retired cricketer. I'm still playing. I refuses to leave the game, but we love the game so much. And thanks a lot, Mr. Datta, Ashwin bhai, Abhijit sir, for coming and throwing the light on whatever is happening in IPL. It's so what I really like, it's so captivating. Evening time, you can't go out and meet anyone. It's just, you want to just see what's happening. And every other day there's a blockbuster match happening. And all the teams are good. And that's the speciality of this IPL. And that's why we are hooked to our television set. We can't go anywhere. And hopefully, this kind of momentum, love affair continues for 2 months. And when it gets over, it's actually quite depressing. But now we're not thinking too much about that. On that note, thanks a lot, gentlemen, for coming, and take care. Have a great day and see you soon. And keep enjoying IPL.
Thank you.
Doc.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.